if you're going to bring your child home, you have to find a way. So maybe one of the parents needs to come. Or just keep pushing her to the school. School when kefagalo. Parents when I can all work. On way for a teacher game, way for a parent game. And so some of those jobs are not overlapped. If you overlap them on yensobo. It's not a crime. A teacher may have the school actually no melon tackle. You understand? So, but even though and him and anyway, but you don't flog with anger. So if you have anger issues, don't use the cane. You have to control whatever. Everything's about control. So bringing down kids to also learn our culture and our culture, Amaka. Our culture, yakuziligi, nonya papagi. You're supposed to take care of your parents. Abroad, they don't do that. How many old people's home? And Ima, at some age, when the parents will get old, they were senile.
Yes.
They send there to people's home, people's home. Man, that is the time they actually want to be among the people they know, people they love, people who love them. But when you send there to old people's home, sometimes they feel no funny because of how it's part of it. Or even reply. That's what it's supposed to be. Taking care of them because they took care of you. I'm not one person who will take my parents to an old people's home. My mom actually died in my hands. And it gives me joy when I remember I took care of her till her last breath. So that's what gives me joy. Okay? I wouldn't old people's home. My mom, I won't go. No, I don't think it would be nice. So that's our culture. Mano, when you do things to your child, the right or maybe the child and where the commitment that at this age, now you took care of me at some point, it's now my turn to do the same. And of course, there are also blessings. Even though everyone will probably never be Christian, but those of us who believe in Christianity believe in the word of God. That the blessings of parents are and matters a lot. So, culture ndo bodo iba. On a come as an adult. It will Igbo sense. We local sense. We jaya. Am I gonna economic value can actually about. Chuta the money, not a buy. We make one odo. I cannot buy kodo. Eh, but I go to believe more actually. Oh, but I buy name. Oh, where they can
I Dr. Kinky cano. I do when I live, but I can go fully into parentage. No, I'm a based on background, yeah. Kinky, as Oyaga Federal Government College, that should be a boarding school, yes, right? Yes. Okay. Can you touch na boarding school? And then what it is then, and then what it is now. A boarding school, some people, like they sent their children there to be taken care of, and then can have some level of independence and everything. Then some people now say that their child can never be a border. You know, mother wike pota. Oburu na nemu iyo choze bo no work ibi he na amasizia mo nwan ibi na amasizia due to not all girls, more all boys. Omo ihe o ihe dịgasị mgbe nke unu ka ọ bụ ihe socha na life, because life is a risk. You will not have it all. O ihe dịgasị mgbe nke unu, and then enwe ihe iga boarding school menandoge. And would you also want your children, or did your children also go to boarding school? Ganiru?
Every child of mine went to boarding school.
Okay.
And mama Puliana, mama one. I remember school run. A secondary school. School run when a primary. At secondary, you'd go 10, 11. You don't know how to live alone. Because boarding school will teach you independence. It will teach you how to take care of your things. When my son by secondary school, the first term, normally you buy prospectus and you list. After the first term, he came back with only his empty box and himself. So when he came back, at least for the fact that you brought yourself home is something. Second time, we had to go back, and of course, na gate ka get check your things. So we repeated the prospectus, and I called him. He said, Anna, we've replaced everything. I said, yes, mom. And say, okay. When you get back to school, if you don't see future life, you get you another. Because now they sure need the liafa. So you find them and they are in your school. Ike bufanchani ne nata. Tiyeku nka ngote. So that the first one bo ije mwolo. This second one keta ibulugo ibulugo amala. Imalugo what's happened? Those things you wait for. You know what? Second term, he brought those things back. He brought them back because the problem is at that year one, just one. Imana, when they're at home, when you wash, you spread clothes outside. They don't bother. Oh, you are Jacobatia, or being a housemaid, or Jacobatia, or go I Jacobatia, or Japasano na school. No, come, they care where Malo Megani, Toto Colonia Soron Kiaso. I didn't want money go to Westward. So when you saw on Kiaso, for come higher punish you, go to call for laugh. You know, when I got from there. So this time around, he told me that, Mommy, when I now went back, Nia Malugo, no, Kosaya Kafaji Ekolia. So yana Suzia Kwanambere, Yana de Aquanolo. Now we check survival instinct.
Okay, as an okay, I didn't live one.
So now also on Olozia, Odobi, awesome, some of them in Yapasani Merumia. You understand?
Yes.
Yes. Call for the Kendi senior on alia, which him and Kaligi. You can now report to the school.
Yes.
That's also senior bullied the child. And I'm on most schools don't support bullying. So boarding school will teach you how to get ready on time. It means no time go by. Makana time refer to a gafe.
Yes.
Next time is class. I go see again a class that the next time it all and again.
Yes.
It will teach you to take care of your things. It will teach you to also manage multitasking. You know, because when time ML expect, and all things equal you start punishment. So okay, mesigi, you gonna go out. Ufanya ga didn't be pasala aqua because I didn't look your work, amen. So boarding school, it's very good. But I also want it also depends on the quality of the school. Because the school also, in my omaka at that age, I'll be on her blue adults. Again, monitoring, knowing what is going on within the walls of the hostel. You understand? So Mama, personally, I single school.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did it. All my 5 kids went to
single gender school.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that because I told myself, don't, because na mama I miss school too. But I also told myself, no world where only men exist. There's no world where only women exist. So I want them to start learning how to exist in the world. Even one, yes, working on a class again. Gini aga azoche. Gini azoche. Gini azo position na class. Gini azoche na dining. Omega, inwe confidence, inwe resilience. You won't be easily intimidated. Because you've not seen, and then if you work because now if you been on working before, get on a class. So the man will look like any man in it will look like any other man boy in a classroom. In a class. So that's my own ideology. So that you will learn to coexist, you will learn to conform.
What can they look a love letter?
Sentence
the wrong.
Correct.
Such thing exists. Yes. I agree.
You understand? Because now, in fact, all the normal man is so okay because they like it.
I agree.
Not because na inwebro opportunity.
Yes.
Because people learn more opportunity, certain thing about for opportunity, they tend to overstep the bounds. Obro kwano na ke meselifeni na aga ngokwa exceptions. And then ngokwa exceptions.
Yes.
But majorly, you will be able to achieve certain things. That's my own ideology. Other parents may have a different ideology. Mana mwa my kids who go to boarding school and they did. And that's why they are confident. I'm working my wine on it. You can't intimidate them. They will respect you. But when you say intimidate, I'll say, no, you don't do that. You don't do that. Yeah.
Okay, but I can do you a question based on the answers you give me about your background. You are the HOD of your department in Federal Polytechnic Oko. There for the long. Anyị nwaga no Unizik na mgbe na anyị na-akọcha ndị Federal Poly Oko ọnụ ọfụma. Mana abịakwa mgbe abịa nyobekwa afọ na Federal Poly Oko nwekwalo ife ewu na-ata ọkasị alụmanụ maka ndị mass commune. I nwere ike ịgwa anyị why people like us then na-afụta Federal Poly Oko as school dị substandard to us and gwa anyị ihe because onye na-ejero ama gwa anyị whether people are actually ignorant of the truth and if they on board na Federal Poly Oko.
Okay. When you see yourself as superior, or we'll call it superiority complex, is a problem really, because you're acting based on your level of knowledge. If you're in education, and well divisions, some people do the theory, some do the practicals, and that is what is actually sick in this country. Here for somebody on us, there are professors who are hungry. No, you need no so. Manago na agwe. If any why not put into practice or so schools, the essence of establishing polytechnics, monotechnics, but to teach the technical knowledge, the doing part of it. All my mechanical engineers that can't fix their cars. The mechanical engineer, roadside mechanic agaro school. Why? Because the person was taught to do the job. So Apiana companies, the management in there, those who do the policies, those who do the actual work, so that's what the polytechnics are all about. Okay? They do the technical part of the job. And that's why if you come to our country now, we are consuming, we are not producing. Because we've not focused on that. So I blame the government for that, for looking at HND holders as the inferior. They are not. They are experts in their own field. For example, experts, all professionals, all professor of Akara.
Yes, she is.
So on your open and you're doing it well. So when it comes to it's not about singing our own praise. We're doing well. Hapomaka, the propaganda, and what we're being were bad eggs. Even in that your Unizik audio. I go come na Unizik. I did my master's, I did my PhD there. But I'm working the BT. There. I'm not for. So whatever is woman, whatever madam, whatever young some people for Kwalumufana Polytechnic, maybe parents felt maybe I got maybe the other school is more expensive. When you ask someone, I can't afford this one. Come I go to this one. Okay? So if you get Jima that the school is doing well, and the postgraduate program, students are there, doing well, representing us well. So they are doing well everywhere. So it's not about being inferior, it's just that it can all work. So people do the theory, some do the practical. So they provide the manpower. We provide the map. We are focused on technological know-how, doing the job, the actual job. So that even if they establish a company, a policy maker, if you want those who will do the actual production for you, you come, we'll give you the students.
Dr. Kinky, as an academia, somebody that is already in that education field, you agree with me that our education system in Nigeria, you just said it now. So many professors are hungry because I want people that that there is no financial backing. There's no evidence. Maybe pastor, maybe dibia, maybe father, maybe professor, maybe lecturer. Of course, as wonderful as law is, and well lawyers that are very hungry. And what is wrong with educational system? You go to school and you come out looking for a job. Who will create it? Why don't we produce creators? Why don't we produce employers instead of employees? Kebe feeling a milis weba no pure. Somebody like me now, I put with a third class. Because the young come for yendi bem nafo. I try more I say ijara kwamba I go. But today, some of my classmates and classmates in Bochafa first class. Now, what do you think is the problem with our education system that we cannot produce employers? Ganiru?
The problem is I need to focus on how will I put it? Now, it equals 1 plus 1. Two. We are not focusing on creativity. Sometimes government will take a blame there. They need to provide facilities. In a child, okay, take for example, I bake very well. I didn't study food and nutrition. I didn't study bakery in school, but I did food and nutrition in secondary school. Just secondary school.
Yes.
Then I went in
Yes.
Then back in the days, I am well kitchen. So if any I go see and I go to class, we'll go to the practicals. We did practicals even more than the theory. So most of the things in Motasel, when I got home, I told my mom, only if I could say, mommy, we did meat pie. Buy this for me, buy this for me. I practiced those things at home. And I started doing them very well. Even without going to school. Then when they go to all of that, I can establish a bakery. And bake very well, bake cake, ice, and everything. You would think I'm a professional there. Just with my secondary school knowledge. Unfortunately now, government funding in education is so poor. And technological know-how is changing. Somebody goes, yeah, go computer science. Oh, mama, how to use the computer. Man, we get the open on 2-1. There's a computer operating. Also, number hagoli and actually na computer lab father alone. So I be as a teacher, the lecturer if this is what the keyboard looks like without actually touching the keyboard.
Yes.
So we need to go back to that practical aspect of the education. That's where the gap is. And Malukwa, some children that may not be so smart in terms of memorize if I could in a class. Near the job or lawyer. Ikuzele technically.
Hands down.
O ma kesi eme. O mi ke mi agotaro no kwa no ifi ikuru. No etu aisi we sia. Na security have no etu aisi we join akojime. O ma agoti otu a. Ma no mana na asne with the wire no na aga turn no red wire na I got connected with red, yellow black and all that. O muti otu anwa. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a gap in our practicals because most of the facilities they provide are going obsolete. The government funding is not forthcoming. Sometimes corruption too. And we can take away somebody they in charge and divert the money. The system is sick. So we need the overhaul in our education. Let's focus on the practicability of some of the things I name. And that's why if you see our people, if somebody near gas school, I know second class lower, third class, or low pass. Chairman. Because now for the facility that will bring out what is actually in the person.
Enabling environment
yes.
also.
We can study in fact, blow. And that's no the best graduate. In our see we case to no nya for class again in class. Man not fully the opportunity, the facilities there. So let's focus on providing the facilities again. Now we can most of those things are from I say no quadro. But so I being practical. There's no light. There's no fuel. If you're gonna have fuel on that, who can afford it? So you lose the kit of fuel adero. Teacher say, okay, I can see me practicals today, man, because no quadro. Can you measure alternative to practicals? I mean, so how would the child or some things now considered abstract study? No, hands-on. In me now got here. Almost if I could in a class, when you're doing the practical aspect, it matter why this is this, why this is that. So that is where the gap is.